Corn Queens and Gentle Xenos. Coming to you live from Rick Priestley's palatial mansion. This is the #1 Xenos shit show on the internet, the Creature Conference. And here is your host, Mr. Ping.
Thank you, Symbio Joe, for that lovely intro. Hello, I am your host, Modern Synthesis, otherwise known as Mr. Pink, and you have landed on the Creature Conference. Episode 121, holy toot. And tonight, we're going to be doing something very special. I am, of course, joined by my co-hosts, Hydra. Want to say hello, Hydra?
Hello.
And Flynnhammer. Want to say hello, Flynnhammer?
Hello.
Hello. And Flynnhammer has been working his keister off this year because I like to pretend that I support Nidvember and that I help run it and all that kind of stuff. The reality is that more and more it's Flynnhammer's bag. And this year has been almost entirely Flynnhammer's bag. Flynnhammer, you've done an excellent job. I was distracted by Visterian stuff, and then I've been fat and lazy. But I have seen nothing but a constant stream of damn cool Tyranid conversions showing up on my Instagram. And I think it's all you're doing. So thank you, you mad scientist.
That was what I was going with this year, the mad scientist route.
Good. And since you're a mad scientist this year, can you let us know what part of Rick Priestley's palatial mansion we're coming to everyone live from this week?
Of course, we're coming live from the cloning chamber, just like the one in Alien 4 Resurrection. You know, with all the terrible clones of Ripley.
Oh man, I love that scene.
Well, obviously, they're clones of Rick Priestley.
This is how we. Oh, it's clones of Rick Priestley. This is how we all know that we're the same kind of messed up. That you mentioned that cloning chamber, and we're all like, "Oh yeah, I remember it fondly." So we are in Rick Priestley's cloning chamber, staring at all kinds.
Did you know?
Go ahead.
There's this one scene where this clone says, "Kill me."
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was actually in that.
Yeah, I saw that. That was someone posted it on Instagram or something, the video of the making.
That looked so sick.
Yeah, she was under the table, and then her head was coming up through the puppet, the flesh puppet on the table. Yeah. Listen. I think it's cool. People think it's cool to dump on Alien Resurrection. They think it's cool to dump on Prometheus. I unabashedly, unironically love Alien Resurrection. I think it's a fun-ass movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's the best.
Did I ever tell you my story with that movie?
What's that?
Did I ever tell you the story with that movie? My story?
What's your story with that movie?
I wanted so bad to see it because I was in that age when I wasn't 16 back then, but I was interested in that Alien franchise.
Yeah.
And I think I saw the movies kind of somewhere on TV, and I was on a friend's birthday party. And the parents said, "Well, we're going to the cinemas, and you can watch whatever you like, because you can, because we will be attending as well, and so you can choose." And Alien was in that time in the movies, Alien 4, and I was so thrilled, and I was like, "Let's watch this. Let us watch this." We watched something else, and I was really bummed, and I cannot even remember that. What we watched, but
it's probably shitty.
It was not worth it because I don't remember. And the following summer, I went to the US to stay with a relative of mine there for the whole summer.
You have relatives.
Sorry?
I forget you have relatives in the US.
Yeah, me too. And so he said, "Well, you can go to the videotheque, where you Blockbusters, or how you call those?
Blockbuster.
Sorry? Yeah, and you can rent whatever you like. Here's my card." And I went in there and looked for things, and then I saw Alien 4, and that I had in my hand. And until then, I had gotten the book of the movie. There was a time when they kind of
Yeah.
made movies into books.
Yeah.
Um,
Terrible books. Like,
Yeah, it was terrible, but it really excited me because the description of the new alien was so vague, and I was so excited to see what it actually looked like on screen because there were no pictures. And um yeah, so I came back home to this relative's home, and to be precise, he was 77 by the time. He was a really chill dude, but he had his principles, and apparently I came back and he said, "Oh, so what did you get?" And I said, "Here, I wanted to see this movie forever." And he said, "Well, but that's an R-rated movie and you are not 16." And I was like,
God.
"Are you fucking serious?"
Oh no.
And he said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but I cannot let you watch that because reasons." And so I had to take this movie unwatched, crying the whole way like a baby back to this stupid Blockbuster store. And I think I didn't get anything else because I was so so sad.
Good God.
Yeah, and so it took a long time until I saw that you could order the cassette somewhere. And yeah. So I really relished this movie.
Okay, you had to work for it.
Oh yes. And it was worth it. Every second.
Good. Happy to hear it. I can't remember what my story was. I think I was old enough to rent it on. I would have been a year older than you, but my parents probably didn't give a shit.
That's probably what happened, yeah.
And I probably got it from Blockbuster too, and they probably didn't care. Well, you finally saw it, you loved it, and we are now coming from the Rick Priestley's Alien Clone Chamber. Oh, look at that one over there. He's got like 3 feet. That's really gross. All right, and what a good place to be coming from this week, because as we look around us into these, if I had higher production values, I'd be playing like bubbling noises here, like, I don't know, sound effects. As we look into all of these gross tanks around us, what do we see but a lot of weird mutations that serve who knows what purpose? And that seems appropriate because the theme for Nidvember this year was biomorphs, otherwise known as the mutations that Tyranids have for different purposes, be it movement or close combat or range combat. Yeah, this is something that was a bigger thing in previous versions of the Codex. Sadly, for some reason, Games Workshop thought the 10th edition should have no fluff no like war gear whatsoever, minimize war gear, minimize cool equipment you can give your guys. So the biomorphs have been much reduced in 10th. But Flynnhammer, over on the Warp Shadow account, helpfully dug through the history of Tyranids, dug up a bunch of tasty images from Codex's past to inspire people to get cracking on converting some Tyranid biomorphs, and I think it worked. Flynnhammer, would you say it worked?
Yeah, I'd say it worked. There's a lot more interest in some than others, but definitely went through digging through, especially
Flynnhammer, I got some bad news, buddy.
Oh no.
You're garbly gooping. You're gobbledygooping. You're garbling.
No.
Is it because you have 1,000 tabs open? You need me to have 1,000 tabs open?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to help regardless today. I'm just hoping I don't get a power cut.
What? Your power's out?
Yes, last night about this time I had a power cut. So I'm just hoping it doesn't happen again.
It happened a lot in the UK? That's rare in Canada.
No, that's why. It's very rare, but they're doing works around me, so.
Oh, well, that's annoying. Well, you sound better now. I don't know. You were garbled there for a second. Now you're sounding okay. So let's just go with it and hope for the best. So what we did here is that Flynnhammer did a wonderful poll on our Discord server. All of the hosts of the Creature Conference and Work in Progress Wednesday weighed in with their picks for the best entries, Nidvember entries for various categories. And Flynnhammer, being our chief electoral officer, has dutifully pulled together all the stuff. Because I'm worried about Flynnhammer's computer destroying itself, let's start with Nidvember stuff, get through Nidvember stuff, and then if we have time, we can talk about like in the hobby. Does that sound okay, Simon?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, Flynnhammer, I've got your screen up here. You can. Oh, and I'm also going to say a shout out to the chat. Flynnhammer, as you're running things, I will be handling the chat. I see Hydra's working on stuff, but I can't have both videos up at the same time.
Don't worry.
Okay. Well, if you ever get stressed out that your camera's on Hydra, you can kill it because we don't have it on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on some stuff here too, but I'm not going to put that up because Flynnhammer's got the money shot here. All right. Hello to everyone in the chat. I see Anuran Apostate, Dom Does Minis, Tom Wilson, Electro Dust Bunny, Muck Duck. I think Muck Duck's new. Hi, Muck Duck. Is Dom Does Minis new too? I can't remember. And yeah, that's who I see right now. Here. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you look forward to this Nidvember awards ceremony review, whatever we're calling it. And yeah. Sorry, Hydra, are you saying something? Then?
Nope.
As remember, we can't get bots because they have to be subscribed to be able to comment.
But
on
do
the live
bots
chat.
subscribe? Is that something they do? I don't know.
Very irregularly.
Okay, well that's cool. For you bots, get out of here. We don't want you anyway. Yeah. So I'll try and monitor the chat. But what we're gonna do, Flynn, how do you want to do this? Do you want to like do certain categories?
Just jump straight into it.
All right, I'm gonna let you take it away, buddy.
Yeah, because I've got everything. So first up, we had, I just want to say, the Nidvember artwork. We went to the storyboard guy to create it, and they got their offspring, which is Pixel Drift 13, their first ever commission work to actually create this artwork for us this year. So
Thank
if you're ever
you,
looking for
Pixel
some
Drift
artwork,
13. You did an excellent job creating the Nidvember artwork. So the storyboard guy's offspring created the art, and then the storyboard guy colored it. Or wait, no, storyboard guy gave direction. There was some interaction there.
The kid said how it's supposed to look, and he drew it.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay, gotcha.
let me just double check because I want to make sure we get this right.
It's fine. You can figure it out later. Maybe storyboard guy would join us. You can tell.
Yeah. They sketched it up, and the daughter did the artwork. Actually, did the full artwork, and so storyboard guy did the basic, and then the daughter, which is Pixel Drift, she did the majority of everything. So they went for the Vogue fashion idea for it.
Nice. Well, thank you, Pixel Drift 13. It's awesome, and thank you, storyboard guy. Glad that you made it a whole family affair.
Now, as we go straight into the first category is the painting category. So in third place, we have HL painting.
Ooh. HL painting with a, what is that, a screamer killer?
A converted screamer killer, which is more like a neuro screamer killer.
Oh, it's damn cool. Oh, I think that they may have been inspired by our boy Alaskan Pete tattoos. Because Alaskan Pete, I think, was the first one who I saw who put those Norn Emissary stacks onto the Screamer Killer.
I don't think he was inspired.
Oh.
That is the Alaskan Pete tattoos.
Oh, that's model. Alaskan... What? Alaskan Pete is HL... How did I know?
No. Alaskan Pete tattoos. The painting on your model was finally done. They did the commission.
Oh, I gotcha. Because I stole the original one. I still have to fix that thing and paint it. But yeah, I stole his original because I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And apparently he's been doing a roaring trade. They're damn fine. I love the colors on this. This was like one of my top picks for painting. I just love the combination. Well, you know me. I like bright colors. I like the combinations here. The changes between the blue and the pink, contrasted with the green. Put green and pink on something, and you got me most of the way there. And then the bone as well. Like it's a good way of toning it down a little bit, so it's not too like garish and in your eyeballs. Simon, what do you think of this one?
I love it. It's it has like very stark contrasts, which is very comic-y, which is cool.
Yeah, it looks cell shade.
Yeah, I like the skin is so colorful, and the bone and the carapace is this bone colored.
Yep.
It still goes pretty well together because I think the bone colors, the bone is like still like saturated in the recesses. So yeah, it's a very popping miniature. Lots of green, lots of slime. Love the brain on the back. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really like it.
Cool. Flynn, what do you think?
Yeah, it's just to say that the contrast between like the pale bone really goes well. I feel like it's like a wraith bony sort of way that it's naturalized, that the glowing bit around the vein and everything onto the carapace. So much little details in here, which I really liked. And for me, this was my top pick, but because we're a council,
I think it was my top
it really
pick too.
it just like, yeah.
I think that
I kind of
it reminds me a little bit of.
Go ahead, Simon.
In the way it is painted, it reminds me a little bit of a paint job I recall from a codex. Don't quote me. I don't know which one, but there was like in the community section of the codex, there was something that was very very similar painted, because it is. I think what stands out here is that even the bright parts, like the bone parts, start at almost black in the recesses and then go up, and that makes them look like almost over exaggerated.
Yeah.
And that makes it in the beginning for the eye very hard to focus on anything, although the surfaces of the color are pretty big. There's so much going on, and the eye bounces back and forth. But on this model, this is a good thing.
Yep.
And really like that.
I feel like there's a lot of texture painted into it.
Yeah. That adds to it as well.
Weathered. Yeah, no, excellent work. It's HL painting. Excellent work, HL painting. This is really friggin' cool. Excellent work, Alaskan Pete. I'm sorry that this person got to painting your model before I did. We'll get to it. I had this, like, I don't know if I talked about this on stream before, but I have this thing where, I don't know if you guys have been into this, but I know I've talked to Darth Bob about it, where you have a model, and, like, your model gets broken somehow, and then kind of, like, kills your mojo for it. You're like, oh, man, I broke the model, and now I gotta fix it before I can do anything with it. I don't know if I'm the only person who's lazy and lets that get in their way, but I've had that happen with a couple of models over the years. And this one, like, Alaskan Pete attached the model, sorry, not this one, but my version of this kind of Carnifex, Alaskan Pete attached it to the base extremely well, and I wanted to mount it on a different base, so I tried to, like, break it off the base that he sent it on, and I literally broke it. Like, I broke the foot. It's not a major break, but it's kind of like, the Screamer Killer is hollow, and it's hard to fix hollow models and pin hollow models. So I kind of, in my own head, was like, oh my god, this is going to be a big mega project to fix this. Probably not going to be that. Anyway, I need to get over that mental impasse. Get it moving.
Okay, I've got an easy way of fixing how you can pin that.
You're a little garbled there, but try again.
Hot glue.
Hot glue, really? That's enough. Tell me more.
It's probably, I pretty much feel you on this point.
Yeah.
But it probably is a technical issue. So if you find something like a technical solution to this problem, for example, hot glue, or I don't know, filling it out with something, and then it's like it's not really an issue. But if you manage to overcome it, it suddenly plops and will work its way like nothing, almost on itself, I would assume.
Good point.
Yeah.
You're right. Cool. Okay, sorry. That was my random little story about why Alaska Pete Tattoos is awesome. But this is an awesome card effects. We love it. Thank you, Flynnhammer. Let's move on. Oh, wait. What does the chat have to say? Let's see if the chat has anything. Someone says, Dom says, love the artwork. Dom does minis as a long-time watcher, but never catch it live. So glad you could catch it live this time.
Yes.
Oh, Radon thought the stream was starting at 4:30. Well, basically, the Nidvember part started. I started it early because I was supposed to go somewhere tonight, but I no longer have to go somewhere tonight. We're starting early anyway. I didn't want to miss, I didn't want us to, get bogged down and not make it to the end, so I thought starting early would be... Tom Wilson says, sadly never finished his model enough to make a post. Sorry about that, Tom. You could have just posted a work in progress. And you should post one now. And Nurin Apostate says, I like that the pauldrons are pointy and facing towards the maw. That's a good point. Radon, I think he made different versions. Oh, this is about Alaskan Pete making different versions of the card effects. And Radon says, love the colors. So yeah, chat, please feel free to tell us what you think of the entries as we go through them. But Flynnhammer, you can go on to the second place for best painted.
Second place is Mantis painting a model converted up by Frankendoodle.
Ooh, Hive Fleet Mantis. If you're in the Tyrannid community, you should be familiar with Hive Fleet Mantis. He has a very iconic scheme. And, oh wait, I'm going to make this a little bigger. Bear with. It's going to get weird for a second. I got to fix it. Hive Fleet Mantis has got a very iconic scheme. And he and Frankendoodle have got some kind of bromance going on. I can't comment on it. I don't know what the deal is there, but the two of them love working together. They've got a happy little setup going on where Frankendoodle makes cool stuff and Hive Mantis paints them. Go ahead, Hydra.
Yeah, I was about to say that reminds me of someone. Someone who likes to paint and someone who likes to convert.
Yep. Yeah, well,
should have happened before.
Speaking of personal experience, it's great when you have a patron who appreciates your art, understands what it's worth, and wants you to just keep making cool stuff for them. Because let me tell you, the best part of doing commissions is when you get a commission that you're really excited about, and it's an idea that you wouldn't have chased down otherwise, but because someone commissioned you to do it, you get to explore it. So there's a lot of that going on with Frankendoodle and Hive Fleet Mantis, and I think it benefits the whole community because Frankendoodle makes some really cool shit. Like this Winged Hive Tyrant. Flynnhammer, what do you think of it?
It's awesome. It's so many things. One is the post is very iridescent of a well-known flying hive tyrant that most of us will recognize.
Oh, similar to Hive Fleet Moloch's flying hive tyrant?
Yeah. But it's also, for me, it's like, I really need to know how Mantis is doing like the really thin strokes for like the carapace, the flesh bits, because it's just, how is he doing that? Because I am no way anywhere near that level of painting.
Well, you just got to keep.
I kind of want to learn how
and spend the time.
I can tell you, it's all a question of practice.
Yeah.
When I had my Tyrannid height, I went, for some reason these stripes on Tyrannid carapaces have been, the latest rage, and once you got got it in your hand, have your muscles remember how to move, it almost goes automatically.
Agreed.
And I remember after 50 gons, it is you can do it in your sleep.
Yeah.
But that's the bit I need to learn, is that technique, because people always go like, "Oh, what brushes are you using to do this?" I was like, "No, I want to know
Doesn't
the
matter.
technique.
Yeah.
How much are you putting paint on? What's the consistency of the paint you're using, so you can do those fine lines?" Because just by saying like use these brushes
No.
doesn't really think. What are you doing to maintain the brushes in a way
Well,
that
I
you
just
can keep
use
that point
the brush
through the whole time?
shampoo stuff. Like I do this on my tyranny carapaces, and Hydra's right that it gets to be muscle memory at a point. And you just gotta make sure that your brush, you put paint on your brush, you wick off some of the paint onto a paper towel, you make sure there's like a fine point on the brush, and you don't get it. You're not close to the, well, at least when I do it, you're not close to the armor plate. Your brush is like up high away from it, and you stroke your brush in the direction that you want to do the lines, like kind of sort of quickly, and then slowly move it towards the plate. And then the tip will start to hit. And that's, I don't know, that's how I do it.
But when you're doing it, are you doing it from the point to the edge, or are you going from the edge to the point?
I honestly switch it up. So I usually have.
I'm not going to see it on stream. I'm just thinking like, if I'm trying to get see if Mantis has got a close picture, like you don't have Mantis that goes sharper towards the middle of the plate. So are you painting towards the middle of the plate to get that sharp point, or are you going from the middle of the plate to the edge of the armor plate to get the sharp point?
I went with the later.
So from the middle out. Okay.
From the center to the outside.
That's what I do.
Because you have to have the control on the brush at the beginning, and you want to have this very fine tip. Oh, what's now?
Oh, I'm just showing that, like, yeah, I start in the middle of the plate with the point of the brush. And I go like, it's not like this, it's like a higher angle. And I go like that until I get close to it. There's no paint on this. But then when you hit, you'll get a thin line, and then you can press it down more at the edges.
That angle doesn't really help, because you're doing it top down. If you just tilt it sideways.
Yeah, sideways. I think it's the movement is a half circle.
Like that.
I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up with you.
That's
the angle.
You got to practice. I can show you all day, but you got to just do it. You just got to get a model, and you got to get a little, like, not a ton of paint on your brush. Wick it off. Get a fine tip on it. Make sure there's a fine tip, and then just.
Wait, I would go. I would have my brush. Yeah, my brush angle be very flat.
Is it flat?
Like not very. Yeah, no, just as you did at the end, like have the tip of the brush not pointing downwards very much, but have it flat.
Oh, so you'd like go from the point, drag it backwards, like sort of like the brush layer on it going backwards rather than perpendicular and go across.
Maybe you can switch on my camera.
Hold on. Yep. Go painting tutorials.
Yeah.
Oh, you're working on that fucking thing?
Nope.
Okay, you're just using it.
Still doing gene stealers.
Nice. I'm happy about that. Hey, I'm ready for you when you are.
Okay. Okay, so I think the one of the tricks is that I'm over exaggerating here, but the brushes does these movements. So I'm not putting it down and pulling it downwards, but I'm making circles and having the circle, having the brush just briefly tip on the carapace makes these fine strokes. The longer, the more, and the longer the brush touches the carapace, the thicker you have your lines. But what you want to are those very thin lines, and so you go this way and then just move the model very quick to the side, and then you're good.
That makes a lot more sense.
That was good, Hydra. You explained that very well. Yeah, that's key. You're barely touching the model.
Yeah. You see, it's not just how we convert models we show you here. We show you how to paint. Like, you've got a noob like me to learn how to paint.
Cool. Okay, should we move on?
Yep.
Sorry, I got to get back to Flynn. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I'm just waiting for YouTube to catch up just so I can make sure it's all there. But
so I got Mantis
first
back
place,
up. Yeah. Congratulations, High Fleet Mantis.
Hey.
Second place. Best painted Nidvember 2024. Also, there's some cool biomorphs on there. Like, got the Roberto Cirillo pattern bone swords that Flynnhammer's highlighting right there. Love those a lot. I did a prime with those.
Blind face.
What I really enjoy is that Frankendoodle has taken the design of the Hive Tyrant and scaled it down, if I understand it correctly, to warrior size, or am I mistaken?
No,
here?
this is
it's not a warrior.
He has another one. He has another one that's scaled. This is
parasite face and scaled it up.
Yeah. He resculpted the parasite face.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that looks like a Parasite Amortrex head, but he resculpted it because he's a maniac. Pretty much, if you look on his Frankendoodle's Instagram, it's pretty much all epoxy sculpt. That face, that head.
Which maybe I'll go to later. But in first place for the painting, is Manly Nids.
Whoa. So, okay, wait. Maybe this one was my first place. I'm so glad. Oh, man. The, like, different tones. Like, it's all just, like, similar colors, but the tones... Oh, man, I love this one.
Blending is what makes it really good.
Hydra, you see it yet?
Nope.
What?
Waiting for the stream.
Why is YouTube hanging? Pretty fast. Hydra, why don't you talk about this one first?
Freaking love it. Why? Because it all is tone in tone and still plays with a lot of contrasts. So you have the warm cold contrast here, like the cold skin and the warmth in the fleshy parts. And it works really well together compared to this other fine gentleman we see early on. Here it doesn't destroy your eye while looking at it, and therefore it's easier to it's still a very busy model, but it's a little bit easier to read, especially with this glamour shot from the side, because you have the bright parts in the face, you have the bright tentacles, the bright fleshy tentacles. That's a new color, but without, it's not green or turquoise or teal or anything. So it still works with the rest, but really emphasizes the face, and that's good, because the face is the really selling point here. And the tentacles are textured with paint, which is great, which is fucking annoying to do, because it's so much work to when you do the stripes on the carapace, that's quick and easy to be done. But doing stripes on like rounded objects, for example, those tentacles, that's really annoying to do. And I love that the carapace on the back has this slight green shimmer on it.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just, there's so many different tones going on here, and it's so well executed. I love this one to death. It of course harkens back to the I was gonna say the classic Gene Stealer scheme, but you know what this harkens to? This harkens to that weird scheme that they came up with for Tyranids that only appeared in the 3rd edition rulebook. That like purple and black scheme. Remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
so
they
this
call
is
High Fleet Hydra now.
what was it called?
It's what they call High Fleet Hydra now. That scheme.
Oh yeah, good
Seriously.
point. Yeah. Well, no, I
Uh,
actually think that the current Games Workshop High Fleet Hydra is inferior to this scheme, but I
Oh
think it's
yeah,
a lot more like blues. I don't know. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Excellent work. Manly Nids.
mainly Nids. I
Oh,
can't read. Remember.
mainly. Okay. I heard manly.
I said manly because I read it as manly.
Okay.
I
Well,
can't
this is a
read.
manly knit as well, so works both ways. And congratulations for winning Best Painted in Nidvember. Flynn, do you want to talk about how you feel about this one?
The fact that it's won it and it's just like a work in progress makes it even better.
Oh god, it's
I
work in
think
progress.
there's more to come from this.
Yeah.
They've worked on other projects as well during November, which you can see below their Winged Prime, their Scythe Hyrule. But it's just like from the judging of this, everyone was just like, "Yeah, this one." It was just like, "Yeah, this one," and it was just like,
that's pretty impressive that you can win with a work in progress model. That means you're going places. Also, I just want to note that we don't got our heads up our backsides. We're not like, well, only fully painted models may win. Like we celebrate people who are just like in the middle of converting something, haven't painted it at all. And apparently we celebrate people who are not even done their models yet. Because this is gorgeous.
There's also, I don't think we realized it was only it wasn't finished yet.
Oh, because it just looks
It was the bit that it looked that good.
Excellent work. Excellent work, mainly Nids.
So next up we have is the conversion category.
Ooh.
Not to be confused with the theme category, which we will come to later.
Also,
but the conversion category,
there will be lots of conversions on this stream. If you love conversions,
so with the conversion category, that is open to people who did the theme, but it's also open to people who did not follow the theme as well. So there is more of a broad spectrum of conversions because we didn't want to tie people down into being, well, you didn't do the theme, we can't enter you. We're not like that. We want to be as open and as broad so anyone can enter.
More cool tier nids, please.
In third place, we have Paxhammer.
Oh, Paxhammer. If you're not following Paxhammer, you got to get on it. Paxhammer has got some cool stuff in the pipe and has a very unique way of posting where he like finishes his miniatures and then he starts posting about them. So he posts, or he, she, they, I don't know what the pronouns are. I got confused because like I saw some like work in progress shots and I went to try and like be like, hey, I had a suggestion that I wanted to share with you. And then I saw a shot of the same model painted and then back to work in progress shots. So I'm like, what? Is this model done or not? So I like reached out to Paxhammer and Paxhammer was like, oh yeah, like the model's done. I'm just posting it in a random order. I'm like, okay, cool. But I have been a big Paxhammer fan since I first saw this. Is it what is it? A Norn Queen? Norn Emissary? They say?
I will need to just do a little bit more of a double check.
Do you know who this reminds me of?
Elric?
Yes.
Everything's a queen?
Yeah. And the thing that I made for him.
Oh, don't talk about that thing. It makes me so sad.
Why?
Because it was so beautiful, and I don't know what happened to it, and I worry that it's in a box somewhere or worse. Hydra made this ridiculous Cthulhu-inspired, kind of Queen Alien-inspired giant model as a commission, and it was a thing of beauty. Oh god, I love that thing so much. Can I pay you to make it again?
Sure.
Exactly what you were.
What?
Very.
You knew exactly what we were referring to? Oh, you're getting a little bit garbly.
I think you know.
Maybe back now?
Are you going to this?
You found it? What? Where are you referring to it? Put it in our chat?
I've got it back on my screen.
Oh, it's coming up slow.
My screen.
There we go. Now it's up. This. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that would be what I'm referring to. That would be Hydra's absolutely beautiful queen thing he made. Hulu Queen. Anyway, if you haven't seen this, you need to see this. But I definitely see. I'm not saying that Pax Hammer knows this thing even exists, but I think that the Hive
Probably
Mind
not.
was doing a little bit of Shadow in the Warp action and may have incepted this creature into Pax Hammer's mind. Because they're of a similar genus, let's say that.
So Pax Hammer was is what I can see from their profile is they were mainly inspired by the Alien Queen.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
So which is very obvious with the head crest.
Yes.
But it looks like they're also working on their own sort of Hierophant as well. So definitely go and check out their page.
Make sure you're following Pax Hammer. You will not be disappointed.
So you can see what they are working on with their own sort of Hierophant, which, to be honest, I know I made one last year or the year before. If I had the new NIDs beforehand, I would have done something very similar to what they're doing.
Yeah. Cool. Well, anyway, we love this. We love this queen. She is our queen. Thank you, Pax Hammer, for sharing this, for creating it. Congratulations on winning 3rd place. Simon, do you want to talk about this? Other than genetics?
I love the how spindly it is, and therefore it looks believable. Believable.
That it could fly, you mean?
Yeah, but that it even can exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's a menacing sight to behold once on the table. I think especially those large pictures, always profit from standing on the table next to something that give it a scale.
Yeah.
So you can envision how large this actually is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's posted a lot of pictures of this, so there might be a scale shot in there somewhere. But
yeah, well, you can see from his hand how large.
Oh yeah,
how large it is.
I've got a lot of respect for anyone who takes the time to like extend limbs, and especially folks who do a good job of it. And I think that was one of the things that stood out to me when I saw this. That I really liked the limb extension. I thought it was well done.
Yep.
Yeah. So great work, Pax Hammer.
In 2nd place for conversions is Protulit Tenebris. I'm actually making yes, it is. Protulit Tenebris is in 2nd place. So many work in progress shots of this, which I kind of
have you pulled it up
we're
yet?
just making
Because
sure
you're still showing us the old one. I think your computer might be a bit laggy.
It's up for me. I do not know why it's taking so long for you guys.
Are you closing the old tabs as you go?
No, I am leaving them open because bugginess will be more bugginess.
I think you should close them because that last one from Pax Hammer, the video was going extremely slowly.
All right, they're all closed. Are you up there with me now, or
we're good?
There we go. All right.
All right.
So we have Protulit Tenebris.
I love this cute little thing. Flynn, why don't you talk about this one?
Right. Well, I liked about seeing the evolution of it across the month as well with the other ones.
Yep.
Seeing it get painted just after Nidvember ended, but just the idea for it is really cool. So,
and what is
it's a headless Tyranid.
Sorry.
So I'm just making sure I can read it properly.
Yep.
It's like a variant of Hormigant with the upper body and the head have been entirely melded within the organism, similar to a spore mine. They would hybrid between Brood of Gaunts and Lee Power and Rusty Hammer. We start on them and then detonate. They're
so
suicide bombers.
I love it.
Just thinking it wraps its tentacle arm around something to put it closer as it goes kablamo. I just think it's brilliant.
I think Boyd's here in the chat.
Yeah. That's Boyd. Yep. I'll be back in a minute. You guys go. What you guys like about this one?
Oh, I don't know. I love new versions of Hormagaunts because Hormagaunts are so kind of like iconic, but also kind of we've seen them so many times that they're not interesting to me anymore. And I love seeing like a new version of a Hormagaunt. I love the idea of like spore mines showing up in other different like genuses of Tyranid. Because like if they can make floaty spore mines, why wouldn't they make like a runny spore mine that could just run up in front of everything, blow open a hole, and then all the other Tyranids would run through? And I like that he added the tentacle whips from the Venom Throat to like kind of imitate the spore mines. Spore mines tentacles. Hydra, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I love the rearrangement of the arms, having these short hook-like things up front, and the tail like a trailing tentacle behind it. I think there's a shot from the side where it shows how well this tentacle serves the dynamic of the model.
Yeah.
I think it emphasizes the speed. I lean forward and claws stretch out and tail straight is already pretty dynamic, but the tentacle makes it even longer and wider, uses lots of negative space and makes it appear bigger and more, not necessarily more busy, but some sort more streamlined, more purposeful.
Well, to me, it communicates the motion more. Like, the old Hormagaunts, what was really terrible about them was their straight tails. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, Flynn, that's a great shot. That the old Hormagaunts, like they didn't look that like they were in motion. They just looked like they were shooting like an arrow straight up. But this, like, you can see that it's in motion because of these things trailing behind it.
Makes me think of a tiger or anything where the tail kind of moves has this certain movement behind it.
Yep.
And of course it's not just one, it's three that makes it a little bit more busy, but yeah, it's just it's quotation mark simple, but it's so very effective. And I love those carapace plates up where the head was. It looks pretty busy on the one side, but very sturdy on the other side, and kind of believable to be, the problem is this thing runs at me and I shoot it and it explodes in the safe distance, but these carapaces, they will make sure it is kind of quotation mark safe enough to reach, to cover the distance. This ticks so many boxes. This is perfect.
I also like thinking about, like you mentioned those small arms. I like thinking about it like springing. Can you flip to the side view, Flynn? It's on the back view now. I love thinking of it springing out of a group of Hormagaunts and like latching on to like something big, like a Titan or a tank or something. Like not just like slamming its face into something and exploding immediately, but like grabbing onto it with those hook arms and then wrapping its tentacles around it, like to like really like grab on there before it explodes or something. I don't know, just cool in my head.
Yeah, and get a little further than just detonating by contact.
Yeah.
It has a little bit more purpose, sadly, like a suicide bomber. It has more purpose where it is going than just running up and exploding by contact. So this, as you said, could be perfectly climbing up a Titan or anything, just aiming for the cockpit.
Yeah.
And I think I just had the weird image of the Night Goblin fanatics in my head, where this thing is accompanied by a horde of Hormagaunts, and the Hormagaunts basically act just as a meat shield to get the thing in the place for it to explode. Basically like these orc berserks in Lord of the Rings. in Helm's Deep.
Yep. So Boyd Murdoch is the creator. He's in the chat here. He said that he wanted it to look really fast. I think that definitely conveyed. Also, Dom Does Minis wanted to replicate it because they saw it and they really liked it, and so they have already ordered some Hormigons to cut up. So good work, Boyd. You're inspiring folks.
Grimdang has also arrived. I can see in the chat.
Welcome.
So, as we've just finished in second place.
Yep. So now on to first place for best conversion for Nidvember 2024.
And that is Dom Does Minis.
Oh, who is in the chat?
I know it's in the chat.
Inside job. We're not seeing it yet. It's coming up slow, I think. I think your computer's struggling.
Well, it's up
Fine.
For me.
We'll just wait. Drum roll.
Showing up on my
roll some drums.
Discord, it is showing. But it is just taking too long to pass over to the internet, over to Canada.
You gotta send it all the way across the ocean. That takes time. And we got a postal strike right now, so, you know, it's going to take even longer. You should have sent those bits with UPS or something.
Oh, yeah, Royal Mail won't send anything over to Canada right now, being like, nope. Everything's in the wrong place. We can't send anything while there's a postal strike going on.
Come on, Discord. You can do this. I believe in you. Yeah, I got a notification from, I order from, like, this Bits Box place in the UK, and they sent me a mail saying, hey, FYI, if you order, not just me, like, they sent it to everyone. They're like, and anyone ordering from Canada, it's going to take some time.
Yeah. So I order from them and Bits and Kits, because Bits and Kits has a much larger collection of bits.
There we go. Okay, we made it.
They do charge a bit more.
Dom's up.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dom. Your super sick blend of a Winged Hive Tyrant and Tyrant Guard has won Best Conversion for Nidvember 2024. I love this one. I don't know. Like, and Dom has also done. Wait, are there pictures here of the guard that go with it?
No, I'm trying to see if it's on this one. Here we go. Is it on this one? Yeah, there is. I'm just because Dom's posted so many different bits for this, about the work from the beginning of the month throughout the whole of the month. So definitely check out Dom's profile. But what I'll do is I'm actually going to link this post in the chat just because people can find it easier. If it wants to bloody post, it would be great, but it doesn't seem to want to.
I think I discovered Dom through this miniature. I can't remember if I was following Dom before, but I love the work. Like, cutting up Tyrant wing membranes is not easy, and especially like those skinny little finger bones. Like, I just did that for my Shrieker or whatever the heck I called it. I call it the Harpy of the Banshee of Chalna. I don't know. I tried cutting up Tyrant wings. It's not easy. So I really admire that you did that. And you also by doing that, you made the warrior wings, the winged prime wings, make more sense. Because, like, they're cool, but it's like, okay, but like they're folded. But it's cool that, like, you replicated those at Tyrant scale, and you have them on, like, the guard models that go alongside the Tyrant. Like, it all just works so well together. And so cool to, like, make the Tyrant look more like a Tyrant guard. I love it. I love everything about it. Glenn, you want to talk about what you feel about this?
It's just there's so much put into it, and that it's saying that uniformity of bringing things together, because you don't see Tyrant Guard for flying Hive Tyrants. It just wasn't a thing that you did.
Yeah.
And taking that and going, you know what? They've never had it before. Doesn't mean they can't do it now. I think it's really good because it does embody the whole bit of Biomos. Why wouldn't a Hive Tyrant create its own, have its own bodyguard that will fly with it into combat?
Mm-hmm.
It's just good. It's the little bits, the lash whip, making it actually stretch out, still having the finger, giving the pointy finger. I still enjoy it, like the mandibles, the over bit of the carapace. There's just so many little bits. Even going at the sporicized carapace as it. So many different ideas for it. And I can see already Raid on it saying they're going to steal the barnacle idea as well.
Barnacle idea is great.
As soon as they said barnacles, I thought old one eye.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
regeneration. And it's just like there. So many different things for this, which it just goes subliminal because you're just like it's all works together and molds into one model, which is what a conversion should do. It shouldn't stand out more than what it actually is. Because as soon as you paint it, no one's going to be able to tell if it was converted or not, which is the reason why I had made the stipulation this year that any conversions had to be unpainted, because we want to see the work you put into it.
Yeah, no, that was a good stipulation. Also to avoid prints.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Well, like
I
you
didn't even
can
think
print.
about
I don't
that
think we
part.
said like don't print, but good to know.
No, I think we mentioned about prints of you could use a print to help build it, but we wanted it to be unpainted so we could see what pieces you had used.
Yeah.
And also you could take a print model but still convert a print model.
Yeah, true.
Because you might not be able to. Some people can't digitally convert, so they take the model and then hack it to pieces, which is fair enough.
But to be fair,
Hydra,
I haven't seen a good Tyranid 3D thing by now. There are things that look similar, but not very convincing. I think it would always stand out. But
do we need to do it? Is that a request for a 3D printed Tyranids Part 2 string?
We'll think about it. Hydra, go ahead. Tell us what you think about this model.
I freaking love it because, and I think what sells the model most to me is that with Tyranids having 6 limbs, you have from a composition perspective lots of possibilities, and when you have lots of possibilities, there are a lot of fails in that included. And having 6 or having 4 arms can make things very, very hard to look cool. I have done just once some warriors with wings, and I remember that it was really hard to get them look differently. And here we have someone who has just one pair of wings, who have a very certain pose, and suddenly wants to build like a whole squad plus the big man. And I think what works so wonderfully here is that this very unique pose of these folded in wings serves as one of the common aspects of the group.
Yeah, like he sells the folded wings, which would is some people love them, some people are not crazy about them. But I feel like he absolutely sells that pose by having it on.
Yeah, and it suddenly is the unifying aspect of the group, and that's awesome. And I don't want to know how much hours it has taken to make those wings, but they were definitely worth it. I love the carapace. I love the sporcists. They look amazing. But coming back to what I wanted to say is getting all those different limbs and having the wings as part of the 6 wings work so well together. That's really hard, and that's very admirable because that is lots of posing, and I can just imagine how long it has taken to dry pose this to see which angle it works, because it looks so good that you don't think about all the other options. Like, how would it look if the whip would look further forward? How would the pose work if the torso would be a little bit more twisted towards a certain angle and all that? So getting all these different angles align and work together is a great is a great it's a great job.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, amazing. Great work, Dom. Flynn, did you have anything else you wanted to comment on this one?
I've also just realised, without reason before, it's even got a little chest piece that pokes out the front. It's brilliant.
Oh, I missed that. And the head, we didn't comment on the head. The head is very Tyrant Guardy, so tying them closer together. Yeah, it's so cool because like the Tyrant Guard don't look like the Hive Tyrant, and like they don't have to look like the Hive Tyrant. But this shows us.
Well, it makes sense. But it makes sense. It has like a pilot helmet on.
Yeah.
Oh, I got what you mean by that. Yeah.
Right.
So if you fall from the sky head first into something, Space Marine, the first hit is with your head, and then the second is with your sword.
I like it.
Brilliant piece.
Yeah.
Also,
Blood of death.
It also works like to make the tyrant less. Hey, let's shoot that guy. He looks different. Like it kind of blends him in with the guards, and like, oh, which one am I supposed to shoot? They all kind of look the same.
Mm-hmm. And I always loved that guard heads.
Yeah,
I think they were perfect.
Amazing work, Dom. Good job.
Yeah. So, next up, we have the artwork category.
Oh, and to be clear, anyone who's joining us late, that's not all the conversions we're going to see. So that was just like 1, 2, 3 for best converted, but there are separate awards for the different biomorph categories. So it's one winner per biomorph category, right, Flynn?
Yeah, so there is. I've gone back to the main page, which I've also realized that things are chugging along on my laptop to send things over. So if there's a video, I am very sorry when you guys watch this later or anything, because I can see it's chugging along. But we have the category of movement.
Yep.
So like wings, leaping, and flesh hooks, anything that help them to move faster. Or just in general. Combat, so toxin sacks, acid blood, something that make them fight better, so even like combat weapons. We have shooting category, so things that make it help them shoot better, like my very, very cursed long gun with the legs.
Yeah.
Targeting eyes, enhanced senses, those sort of things. Also, there was the toughness or resistance, so like things that make him last longer on the battlefield. So they would take less damage. So extended carapace, reinforced chitin, bonded exoskeletons, those old ones, or even different ones you do. Environmental adaptations. So Tyranids that would be adapted to the environment of the planet they were invading. So if it was a water world, aquatic biomorphs. If it was more of a sky world, like a death world, where they wouldn't really want to open them up to as much toxins on the planet, they would have more of like a closed off sort of like exosuit where it wouldn't allow much things to come in.
Yep.
And then there was also the experimental, where if it didn't fit in any of those, you could do it for that category. So we made it so anyone could do whatever they wanted.
Yep.
And also it wasn't just limited to you had to do a full conversion. If you were just working on just the biomorph itself, you could enter just the biomorph itself. So you didn't have to do a whole model. You could just do an arm, a weapon, a gun, a face, whatever you wanted to do for it.
Yeah.
But as we go into the artwork category, which isn't just drawings, as shown off by our third place finish by our very own Work in Wednesday Progress co-host of Kajan, who made their own.
We're still lagging here.
Who made their very own edible entry.
So I'm not sure. This might be an inside job. I thought we said that hosts can't win.
We kind of threw that out the window last for June Stealer.
We did?
Yeah, we did. We won Hydra one,
right?
Category. Yeah, that's basically when it kind of went out the way. Also, we artwork is, if you're ever wanting to try and win, artwork is one of the good places to do. We don't get many entries into that category.
But our best overall for June Stealer 2 years ago was artwork by Vermis.
Yes,
it was. Still compete, even if there aren't that many entries in that category. There you go.
You can get your art on. You can compete very well, good for competing overall. But also, if you want to try and place, Also, Kajan is in chat as well,
Oh, cool! I didn't know Kajan was here.
saying if you are enjoying today's video, if you are, maybe consider leaving a like, consider subscribing in it if you haven't, and if you really like what Mr. Pink does, there's also the Patreon, as well as his Fenris Workshop affiliate link.
If you're in North America, unfortunately, that only works.
Yes.
And we're still on Dom, man. We're not seeing Kajan yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Your computer's
I'm seeing
really
that.
chugging, buddy.
I don't know what
All right,
to
we
do.
finally got it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do to speed it up. Like I can't do anything else to speed it up.
Whip it with that last whip.
Whip it. Whip it good.
Everybody knows computers like a good whipping.
Yeah, well, I already did the restart.
So
to it.
kinky in German. So kinky in German.
Do we need a
seriously,
tap sign?
Just saw some of those campus designs, cards, quotation marks, artworks, and by God, we are all doomed.
What? Krampus?
Campus?
Ah.
You know that?
Oh.
Okay,
All
there's the German folklore.
Oh, Krampus, the like evil Santa?
Yeah.
Why are we doomed?
Because it looks funny on a pop culture reference,
Yeah.
but kids have been, or the society have been, believing and feeding this for generations, and I think this collective trauma will go on forever.
Okay. There's a movie coming out. Wait, no. Is it Krampus? Yeah, there's a Krampus movie coming out, isn't there? Or did it already come out?
There's already been a Krampus movie that came out.
Never mind. I think Nora just discovered it recently and wants to watch it.
I've seen reviews. I think I've seen a cut down version or like one of those like movie recap things. Does look interesting.
Anyway. Neither here nor there. Kajan's thing's on the screen. Congratulations, Kajan. Third place for art.
Yeah.
Simon, what do you think of these edible Tyranid treats?
At first, I was wondering where he was going with that. Like, is this going to be coins or tokens? Or and when I saw that there were chocolate, I thought that was freaking brilliant.
Well, I guess they could be all those things. It's a food safe
sure.
mold. I don't know if it's still going to be food safe
Sure.
if you cast other stuff in it.
Well, the silicone doesn't mind if you cast resin in or chocolate.
Well, I just don't know if you want to cast chocolate after you cast resin. I don't know how that works. Anyway. Yeah, very innovative. This is probably one of the most innovative Nidvember entries that we got. Anyone who watches the Work in Progress Wednesday streams will not be surprised by this because Kajan's been working on these for a while. He's been talking to us about them. He even talked about making like CBD or THC edibles out of them, but can't bring that across the border, so I won't be trying those. But yeah, he's opened his own Tyranid chocolatier over there in Germany.
Yeah, but apparently he tries to have it be done as gummy bears as well. But the store was out of agar.
Oh, too bad.
Agar.
Well, I like chocolate more than gummies, so I am partial to that. Glenn, what do you think about this?
I love the originality to it. It is never saw it coming at all for an idea, which I love. When you can't see an idea coming at all and someone does it, it's brilliant. I love the fact that it's been done as chocolate because you just know, like, as long as that mold holds, you can use that for like gifts for people who are into the hobby. Everything is brilliant.
Yep. Also,
and I think it.
Go ahead, Hydra.
It inspires for so many other things to try and do, because it looks so good and works so surprisingly well that everyone who because you sculpt them rather large, like each coin is over 2.5, looks like base size.
Yeah.
almost 3 centimeters in diameter, and that's a scale where sculpting is, I think, for lots of folks more doable, and suddenly you can sculpt all kinds of coins or chocolate things. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, and I also like the insidiousness of the Gene Stealer cult icons in there. Because, like, can you just picture a Gene Stealer cult being like, hey, want this tasty chocolate? It's not going to do any harm to you. Bam! Gene Stealer kiss in a chocolate bar. You're toast.
I was thinking more of like you would devour the Gene Stealer cult anyway at the end of the invasion.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just thinking this is a sneaky way for Gene Stealers to force the civilization to get on their side, whether with psychotropic drugs or...
Yeah.
Psychotropic drugs is great. Here, have a join. Join the cult.
Yep, sign me up.
Why do you think I want
Yeah,
to come to
sure.
Canada?
If you're stoned, you can't run.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's a brilliant one, and yeah, Kaizen does say they are almost 28 mil size, and that was part of the idea. We nom the cults.
We nom the cults. Nom, nom, nom.
So
wait, Kajan also wins the Nidvember award. Before we realized what was what, we used to call this Nidvember for like briefly, like not even a month. Like we did Nidvember.
1 year.
We saw some weird vor shit posted, and we're like, okay, we can't do this anymore. And changed it to Nidvember, but Kajan brought it back to Nidvember. Good work, Kajan.
The Nidvember award, the lesser known prize you can win.
Excellent work.
So in second place for artwork.
Okay, so what you gotta do is you gotta switch to second place like a good 3 minutes before you actually want to talk about it.
Okay.
And then it'll show up on screen. Just so for first place you know that like when we're winding down you can switch or something.
Yeah. All right. So I have switched. We
Hasn't shown
are
up yet.
waiting for the switch to take place, but because it hasn't shown up on the screen yet, I can do some little teasers. So this is a person who does tune in to our streams regularly.
I think may already be in the chat.
It is someone who has been here today and is, I believe, still currently here in the chat.
Oh, I like how you're hyping this up. Second place. It's up. It's up. Who is it? Who is it, Flynn? It's up.
It is Radon 995.
Radon, congratulations,
with
buddy.
their Sea Dragon version 2, I should say.
Sea Dragon. So talking about environmental adaptations, here we got some aquatic Tyranids, which are Tyranids after mine and Hydra's own heart. Since we've both once converted aquatic Tyranids our own. So this is great, Radon, and thank you for doing it up. I feel like we didn't get enough. We got some environmental stuff, but we didn't get enough wild environmental stuff. And to me, this is like wild environmental. You've got like the webbed limbs, you've got the webbed tail. It's awesome. Hydra?
Yeah. And I also love the that it doesn't have a spindly neck. That it goes more into this very streamlined shape of an eel, or and still have this Tyranid dinosaur aesthetic in the face.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a great combination of things, and still has the mantis scything talons up front, just to be sure.
Yeah, just so you know where he's coming from, and you know where he's going.
But they fold in so good in a stream aerodynamic way that they are not in the way.
Yeah, I agree. This was awesome. Thank you for creating it, Radon.
The neck gills. So it's got gills in the neck, but also
I missed
in
that.
like the carapace itself, like
Nice.
that the bone bit, it looks like there's. I know that the normal like the indentations between the ribs, but they look like there's also gills there as well.
Yeah,
It's a bit,
like that.
and William does say it's based off a crocodile.
Oh, okay. That would be the DNA that omnommed.
Yeah, the hind legs. Now that's what they remind me of. Yeah, the hind legs and the hands of the right arm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Great work.
But I
Thing.
see that it's based on a crocodile, but I think it's so innovative, like how you pose the rest, that it doesn't look like a tyrannid crocodile. And
Yeah,
that's
and
very
and
smart.
that's a compliment because they're like I've seen conversions where people just take a crocodile and like put some tyrannid scales on it.
Yeah.
Like, no, that still looks like a crocodile that you just slap some tyrannid. This does not look like that. This looks like a tyrannid that has been adapted to an aquatic environment. Maybe it's got some crocodile DNA in it, but as Hydra said, kind of dinosaur head, like it's still very much cool. Flynn, maybe start pulling up the next one. Anyone
Yeah, I'll
else have
stop put the
anything to
next
share
one
on
up.
this?
While you've got a few more comments going on. But yeah, no, I do like it. It's just the way that it's the flow of it. It does feel like it's more of a serpentine animal rather than
Yeah.
like a lot of the tyrannies are like more blocky and it's just like trundles forward. This one actually looks like it will move through the water and everything.
Which is good. We could use more of that.
Ooh, my stuff is going a lot quicker now. Seeing as I can already see that first
Oh,
place
there we
is
go.
showing
First
up,
place.
which
Yeah,
is by Rockin' Robert Art. And my
that's so cool.
dyslexia read that completely different.
Oh.
I read it as Rock in Robe Tart.
Rock and Robe Tart. I like that too. Congratulations, Rock and Robe Tart. Or Rock and Robert Art, as the case may be, for this very beautiful rendering of a Tyrannid. This gave me like Chinese brush art
Yeah.
kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tattoo style
tattoo
Tyrannid,
style, right.
which is freaking amazing.
Yeah, this is really cool. I really like the tattoo kind of pose of it, that instead of being running on all fours, it's kind of like coming down from above.
Yeah, this is like the Chinese tiger or dragon pose.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely works for me. And a very beautifully rendered piece. I love the color of it.
Yeah.
That aquamarine color.
Yeah, that's really good. And also the oranges are, at least to me, like a reminiscent of these tattoo arts.
Yep.
And they contrast so well with the teal and the
agree.
turquoise on the back.
Yeah, good point.
Now, one of the other good bits is they haven't just done a. Tell me again. They've also done a gargoyle.
Really? I didn't see that one. You pull it up? Or I guess you are pulling it very slowly.
It is up. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to load up. I thought things were going to be quicker, seeing as the last one went up very quick. But yeah,
It's a changeable thing. Can't predict it.
Guys,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I'm pretty done. I need to help my wife, and I'm pretty sure I will not get back up once I'm
That's
lying
alright.
down. Yeah, it has been a rough week.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, thank you for joining. We're very happy to have you.
For having me.
And we will have you again on the 20th for our
Oh shit, there's a winged version?
Yeah,
Oh,
cool,
God.
eh?
Fuck, that's awesome.
Thanks, Hydra. And
have a good night, everyone, and
we'll
enjoy
talk to
the
you
rest of the
again
show.
on December 20th for the year in review.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Another one where I have this whole debacle.
What?
Remember, I've got. Wait, hang on. No, I can give you access to that spreadsheet. Yeah, that's easier.
You give me access to that spreadsheet. I'll run it on my computer so that your computer doesn't die.
Yeah, that's easier for us. Yeah, just making sure I've got actually everything from Okay. The only thing I will say that's not going to be on there before you get to it is the new Eldor that recently got announced. We haven't been had a chance to discuss it, only because they haven't been released yet. If they get released this year, which I highly doubt, they'll be on that list. It's only stuff that gets released in the year, not announced in the year.
We'll just have to cover
as
that
per previous years.
We'll have to forget that they came out and then cover that in 2026 or whatever. End of 2025.
2025.
Cool. Well, yeah, this is a really great gargoyle too. I'm glad you showed this because I hadn't seen this one. I'll term again.
Yeah, it's just down there a little bit there. It was done. Like, this was done at the beginning of the month, but the gargoyle was done near the end of the month, so it's good. And yeah, but I just really do like it. I don't have any tattoos myself.
Yeah,
don't really have any plans of getting any, but I do.
Except for now,
really
now
appreciate the
artwork.
artwork.
Like maybe now's the time.
Radon goes, do you defragment your hard drive? That's why I'm maybe slow. Right, Radon, I can tell why my laptop is slow. I don't really turn it off.
You need to turn it off, Flynn. You need to turn it off, and you need to close all those tabs. You showed me a lot of tabs when, like, not in this window. You had another window with 1 billion tabs.
I have thousands of tabs.
Close them all.
It's ADHD.
It's your tabs that are killing your computer.
But also, do you know why I've got loads of tabs? Because I've got loads of things prepped for different stream ideas.
Okay. There's like a thing. There's got to be a plugin where you can like save your tabs or something.
Yes, it's called bookmarks, but I will forget about those bookmarks existing.
That, like, 100%, that's what's eating your computer right now.
Oh yeah, I don't know. As soon as I stop doing that stuff, I've got. They're close to getting rid of one load of them soon. That will happen by Sunday morning.
Great.
After that, so that was first place for artwork. We now move on to the theme category.
This is going to get exciting.
So we move on to first. I'm going to just get it to load up. And the first category we move on to is the movement category.
Movement.
Now, we will not be spending much time in this category.
What? That's a weird thing to say.
Well, once we get into it, you will realize why we're not going to spend much time in this category.
Okay, let's see.
We have talked already quite a bit about this entry.
Oh, Flynnhammer,
and that is mine. Well, the voting did. I didn't.
Dude, you gotta zhuzh those numbers so the same person doesn't take 8 categories.
Well, it was kind of hard when there was not many. This is where I can actually blame the judging, but I don't really want to blame judging. It was kind of overwhelmingly voted for this one specific post.
Oh, okay.
And when I mean overwhelming, it was there were 3 votes cast. I was the deciding vote. So if anyone's got any problems, blame the judging. But also think about it this way: it's best in show, like Crufts. You have to win to get into that category.
So waiting for the movement entry.
I'm just waiting for it to show up. As soon as it shows up on
Apparently
YouTube,
it's one we've already talked about.
Yes, one we have very much talked about. One we very much enjoyed.
Which one that we've already talked about had movement biomorph? Oh, how could that be?
How could it be? I'm just very glad we. While we're with that, Radon, you say take care of the old computer. The irony is, I've had this laptop for 2 years. My old laptop works so much. Okay, my laptop I had at uni works so much better. It's just the screen is completely destroyed. I'm planning on repairing the screen and seeing if that works, but it's just on a very old operating system. The one before that won't even turn on.
Hey, we're back. We got it.
Yay!
Yay!
YouTube
Dom does
minis.
Yay! Yay! Congratulations, Dom. You also won best movement or the movement category.
Oh, combat category.
Did we have any like movement? You can switch to the next one, but while we're waiting,
I already have switched to the next one.
Man. Did we have any movement entries that weren't wings?
Because I always admit my own now. No, it was mainly wings.
Yeah.
My one was a leaping Tyranid warrior, but I admit myself anyway because I'm like, okay,
Good man.
I can have other hosts win, but for me being the organizer, yeah, that just really is bad if I win.
I would agree. I would not want to win. Sorry,
Yeah,
Flynn.
even
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, it was. I was just. So I'm waiting for combat to show up, which is another
Oh, god damn it,
conversion
Flynn. Why did we not choose other ones that got votes? We
because
can't
we
have
had to
this. We
vote
can't have the same things over and over again. We need to recognize other models.
because we had to vote within a short space of time, and this was tied between this and another one that actually had placed as well.
Congratulations, Boyd. You won again.
Yes, you win again, but you don't get any extra prizes. Just more posting when I have to work it all
Kajan
out for
says, my
later.
malefactor isn't done, and I don't think it should have been voted on. I really like Kajan's malefactor, so I'm glad people voted.
Yes, the reason why it was voted on because it was there. Now this one for shooting is a new entry.
Thank God. Okay, who dis?
And all I'm going to say, because it won't really give anything away. Oh, brilliant! Because it's not on YouTube yet. But the reason why this is Luminous Donut. Luminous Donut.
Good name.
Has done a load of different entries for Nidvember.
Oh,
they did quite a lot.
Yeah,
and I mean quite a lot, and they were really good. There was
prolific,
a lot of different. But for me, the bit I like about this is one, it's taken the twin-linked devourer and made it a tri-linked devourer.
I like that. More DACA.
Yes, but also they really did allow themselves to be what I really wanted people to do. Was you might not have the time, the money, or the not more going to say the ability, because anyone can do this stuff. It's the space to be able to work around, because you might have the time, you might have the money, but you might not have the space to be able to do things going on. Because I know for the Americans, you have Thanksgiving happening, and that's a lot of planning for some people.
Yeah, that's
to be
like
able
doing
to
it
do a lot
Christmas.
of traveling.
Yeah.
So that's why it was opened up this year to being just doing the biomorph itself.
Yeah.
So just doing the gun, doing the combat weapon.
You know, Flynnhammer, I feel like in an alternate reality, I wish I was more aware of that, because I feel like that's something I could have actually achieved this. Just like make a random weird leg.
Nick, I've said it so many times.
I know, but I was like in my brain, I'm like, oh, Visterion. I'm so worried about Visterion, being ready for Visterion. Putting too much stress on myself for no good reason. But whatever.
But it's also why I think for future Doomstealer Nidvember, I will always try and see if I can have an element of it where it can just be a small little bit that you can do to still take part.
Good plan, I like.
Because I want it to be as open, and many people actually
having more cool ideas included.
I had a lot of people message on like the Warp Shadow page, going like, "Do I have to do a whole full model and everything like that?" Like being a bit like, "I want to take part, but I don't have the bit." And I was like, "Oh no, you can just do a gun if you wanted to."
Flynn,
just being there,
that's
but
the right answer, and I'm glad that you gave them that answer. I don't know if I mentioned it on this stream, but one of my favorite parts about this Visterion event that I participated in Houston, I swear this is related, is that I was just used to like other tournament kind of experiences that I had. And like in a tournament experience, you have a question about the rules. You go to the tournament organizer and you go, hey, I got a question about the rules. Can you rule on this? And they're like, well, as it's written in the codex, it should be blah. But at Visterion, I would go up to like the Wire Brothers and I'd be like, hey guys, I'm not really sure about this rule. I'm not sure how it should be interpreted. And they would literally be like, what's cool? I'd be like, what? They'd be like, what do you think is the coolest solution to it? Like, well, I guess if this happened, they're like, great, that's what happens. And I feel like that's a bit of what you did. You don't care about rules. You don't care about making it tough for people. You just want people to have fun, which I think is awesome.
I'm going to do my Judge Dredd of, I am the law. I am the rules.
Sure.
I say what goes.
You're not very stringent, though. You don't make a
What
very
are
good
rules?
judge. You're not shooting people.
We see the code more as guidelines, so to say.
Anyway,
But
it's
yeah, that's why.
appreciated. Good work, Flynn.
Yeah, so doing a Pirates of the Caribbean and Judge Dredd all rolled into one there. But yeah, Honora and Apostate, who I know introduced themselves earlier
Is here
as Karenit. It says they do like the triple split. Boy, it just goes. There are prizes
There are prizes? I was not aware.
that have been in the past, mainly bragging rights. But I'll
I
potentially
owe
see what
people
we
some
can.
stickers.
Yes, stickers are mainly prizes.
I have the stickers. I have like years of stickers because I made the stickers late, like after many of these events. And I was like, hey, Flynnhammer, can you send me the accounts who have ever won Nidvember? And Flynnhammer dutifully sent me the accounts. And I dutifully dropped the ball to get those stickers out. Once Canada has a postal system that works, maybe I'll try again.
Do you know what the best bit is, Nick? I've never sent you the list of people who have won.
Didn't you? Oh, you did.
No. Do you know why?
Why didn't you get me the list of people who have won? I would have definitely already sent these stickers out.
Do you know why I've never had to send you the list?
Because you don't have it?
No, because they're posted on the Warp Shadow page.
Oh, you're the worst. I take it back. You did a terrible job. You're fired.
It's the best bit of I'm just
Guys,
leaving
I'm
you
not sure
today.
Nidvember's happening next year.
My
I just
fault.
fired the guy who
Oh,
does
it is my fault. But it makes it easier so I don't have to remember later
Right.
and forget completely.
I get you.
That's also the other bit of the prize, which I do kind of want to make sure I
Okay,
reach
so
out to
to
one
be clear, Darth Bob
later.
has prizes apparently available, but he basically bankrupted himself. Sorry, Voices on Silent, Shane. He's one of our Work in Progress Wednesday co-hosts. He has prizes that we could give to people. However, the last time he sent out prizes, he basically bankrupted himself, sending them all over the world. So we need to find a better distribution system. Like, we need to talk to maybe a Kajan or a Symbio Joe about being like a European mule to get some of these out to people. And we could possibly send people.
I didn't like doing it that way for him because of it was all on his own back. Maybe we could tap into the yacht fund for it instead, if there is still a yacht fund.
Yeah, there's still a yacht fund.
Yay, yacht fund. So we shall move on to category number 4.
So
let's see if it loads up. Ooh, hang on.
Congratulations, Luminous Donut. Extra points for having what I think is a black hole as your avatar.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just hoping it's showing up now for you as well. This is someone who has a very, I would say, I'm trying to think of the right word. Like it's a, when you see it, you can identify it there. Distinctive, that's the word.
What's the category?
Like, it is toughness and / resistance. So like the extended carapace, bonded exoskeleton, reinforced chitin, whichever way. They do have a very distinctive style of weaponry that they design.
Oh, wait a second. Wait. Diana says 16 watching, but only 10 likes. Thinky face. If you're watching the stream, drop a like. Come on. Please.
Please, it helps us. It does
if you're watching
actually
this
help
after the fact, drop another like. Okay, go ahead. Painted by a Muppet for second place. What was it? No, wait, what was this? Toughness?
So this is the toughness and resistance category.
Mm-hmm.
So for this one, so basically, like, if anyone has seen any of the other things by Painted by a Muppet, I'm going to scroll down their page a little bit. I've got here because they do have quite a few of their conversions that they do have a very, very, very distinctive way of doing claws.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying they have a very distinctive
big Zoanthrope heads on Tyranid monstrous creatures.
Oh yeah, 100%. But also that is kind of what relieves it to being more toughness. Like they do have that extra armor plating onto them, but it's also I just do like the way they take models and
Ooh, I
make
like
them more
that ski.
upright.
Yep. Yeah, they
And
did
it's
a
just
was
like,
it a Dimacron was their first big model that they did? I remember that.
yeah, it's with the lamppost and everything. And
Sorry, the
they've
Dim
always just got a
Karen.
really, yeah,
Forgot how to
no,
pronounce it.
good old Karen.
We finished one day.
Yeah, eventually. Be able to talk to the manager. But I just do really like the design. It's just like adding like the extra little the trigon chest plate onto a Malaceptor body, just little things like that. Just adding it, but also changing up the whole carapace to it, the top bit as well, which is a really good way of doing it. I can't remember what place close to it against it for toughness, but
I tell
again,
you
it's like
what,
sometimes
I wish that Bargeist had posted that one model a little earlier because Bargeist did a toughness model.
after
That was
after Nidvember ended, yeah,
badass. But I think it came in after the
yeah.
deadline.
I just to be honest, I did get it into the voting a little bit after the deadline just to give a little bit
Oh, I
more
didn't
extra
see
time,
that.
and
I didn't see
I
you have that in
more
the voting.
recovery time for me.
You had that. You allowed
That
some
was
entries.
after that deadline bit. There was some that came in just after we put it into the voting, and I was like, I put it in the voting about on Monday, so it was like I couldn't really go anything further than that afterwards because
Oh,
it'd
that's
be like,
fine.
okay, that's a bit bad. Well, I did actually enjoy this one. Painted by Muppet does have a very distinct way of making bulk look like armor rather than just bulk.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it other than it just looks like it actually is meant to be that big for protection rather than just being that big for the sake of being that big.
Yeah. Feel you.
So I'm just trying to remember. So after toughness and resistance was environmental.
Yes.
So this is where the Tyranids have adapted to their environment. Now, while I'm waiting for that to load,
Hmm?
Grimdang just says, so just a comment saying, so you're saying we could win a yacht next year?
No, the yacht fund
No.
is an old joke. It's
No.
basically Symbio Joe comes in here, drops a bunch of money on us, and it goes into the yacht fund because he's one of
Yeah.
the most generous super chatters we have.
It's Uncle Moneybags donating to us.
Yes. So we have that comes through to me. Of course, gets lumped in with like the very, very little I make from advertising. And basically, I don't make anything from YouTube advertising if Symbio Joe doesn't send me some money. It's like I get like a couple of dollars from YouTube, but they won't give me any money until I make at least 100, and that takes a long time. And then Symbio Joe's like, "Here's a super chat." I'm like, "Oh great, I'm getting paid by YouTube this month." So there is some cash that can be used to get the.
Yeah.
And like I should talk to Shane about that because I can totally prizes out.
That's something I think we need to discuss as a lot together of what we do if we do it, logistics and everything else behind it.
Okay, here we go. It's up.
There we go. So,
Environment.
environment is
Non-standard template construct. A long-time participant of Nidvember and frequent winner, right? I feel like he's won multiple
I'm going to
times.
double. Well, I definitely know we discovered non-standard. Either it was the first or it was the second Nidvember we
Yeah.
discovered them.
Yeah.
Like they were already there, but we were like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
With the arachnid theme, and yeah, and it was just like, yeah.
Wait, now you're back at. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I was just like my screen just went flickering of the old stuff, so it's taking us.
So tell us more about this one.
So it's their Void Hunter of their Apex Hive of the Arachnos. They're void warfare organisms. So they're grown to not just survive, fight effectively in void theaters, because obviously with Tyranids, they don't have warp capabilities. So after they eat and digest a planet, or eat a planet, they start to digest it as they're traveling slowly through space to their next entree, as I will call it.
Entree, I like that. Yeah.
And so they're designing it. So on standard has they're designed of Arachnos themed void spidery Tyranids, which I know I've seen in several different types of media where like there are space spiders that are just there that are scary.
Adrian Tchaikovsky. Oh shit, spoiler alert, but there are space spiders in Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Memory.
Yeah. Even
Wait,
there's like an Adam Sandler
Children of
film
Time.
that's
Sorry,
got
Children
space
of Time,
spiders.
not Children of Memory.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in like an Adam Sandler film recently, there's like space spiders in that thing.
Well, we
Like-
have the arachnids from Starship Troopers.
Oh, but I mean like sentient, like proper sentient stuff, not just like killy stuff. Like they a lot of space spidery stuff, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just like,
If you
he's
like space
creepy as
spiders,
anything.
check out Adrian Tchaikovsky. I won't say that it's like amazingly written. It's like decently written. I don't love his writing style, but there are some perfectly cromulent space spiders and a cool story for how they came.
What's this series called?
Children of Time.
Children's Time.
He did 3. He did Children of Time, Children of Ruin, and Children of Memory. I get them all mixed up, but I'm pretty sure Space Spiders is Children of Time, and that Children of Time series.
I've heard about them.
It's basically generation ships. Like it's humans colonize, like terraform planets, send out generation ship kind of things. Polarity and
Okay, Non-Standard's got quite a lot of lore on their post. I can't read. I'm not going to try and read it now.
didn't he call it like the Shinobi unit or something? Or no, was that someone else? That was someone else.
Yeah, I'm not going to read it because when it's like when I get a lot of big paragraph of words like that, I
Right.
just can't read it, and I'm not going to.
People can go check it out on non-standard template construct. Non-standard construct temp. I getting it wrong.
I'm going to post the link in the chat because
Thank you.
Normally I would post everything, but I kind of want to be able to direct people to them later.
Yeah. Oh, so
but
like
next...
this one's so cool. I was monitoring because he's got like cool like shields that like fold out at the front. He's got like the head is from one of those Sylvaneth bug things. Like this is a really cool one.
No,
and I love the like action pose fighting the Space Marine to show like how it works with the shields and all that.
Oh, he made the bug all himself from Tyranids, actually.
What?
Yeah. That's it. I'm loading it up quickly. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Whoa, I got a white screen.
But there's got the... Yeah, give it a second. It's just loading. They've got a normal, like, Ravener head with the bits from a Trigon or Morlock, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, damn, look, we're getting the alt text.
Front bit.
It's loading so slow that it's showing the alt text. I didn't know Instagram had alt text. And it said maybe a scorpion.
Oh, that's like tagging stuff. That's
yeah,
the AI trainer
it's
working.
Like if you have a screen reader and you can't, you have a visual, if you're working with a visual disability, it'll read the alt text to you to tell you what's in an image. We should all be putting it on all of our images. But I know I've been lazy.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it load. Wow. I am really, but it's loaded instantly for me. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah. Yeah, I've got that little image there. So I can see what you mean by potentially Sylvaneth. If non-standard was here, they'd be able to...
No. Listen, that thing at the front of it, that thing that looks like a beak, that is the head off of the Sylvaneth flying rider dudes. They fly around on bugs. That's the head.
Just felt it looks too big for it. Actually.
Okay, cool. Anything else you want to say about this? I just think we should keep moving.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, let's move on to the next one. So, next one, the category is... It's not environmental. It is experimental. and we have the like Nick. You have described them as someone who is unfortunate they are not able to get everything done, but they always do just produce.
Okay.
A heck of
I'm
a
just
load
gonna
of work.
say, fucking finally. Why haven't these shown up yet? Like, I know who you're talking about, and every time you're like, this one's gonna be, I'm like, it's gonna be this person, and then it's someone else. I'm like, what the fuck? It's gonna be this person. It's someone else. What the fuck? So you are, of course, talking about. Oh god, it hasn't loaded yet. I was so ready.
Right, you can say now.
I'm
You know
also
who it
looking
is.
up Sylvaneth so I can prove you wrong. If I can find it.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not disagreeing. I just don't know what that piece is. I don't know what what bit it relates to.
Okay,
I
now
kind of want to know
understand-
because it's a cool piece.
I understand why everyone complains about Games Workshop's website. I don't ever go on Games Workshop's website because I don't want to support Games Workshop directly because they don't do anything for the community. But I can't find anything on this website. It is a problem.
But I've managed to work my way around that new website, and I've seen. I haven't been able to watch the Working Wednesday, the Wednesday stream yet, but
Yeah.
I know you posted on Instagram about
Okay,
your bad service. I got very good service from them back in August when I ordered a set of dwarfs and they delivered them, but they were missing one shield.
Huh.
And they were like, I called them up saying, "Oh, I just need another sprue of shields." They've said they've resent my order with an extra sprue in both of the boxes. So I've only paid for I paid for basically one box, and I paid for two boxes and got double the amount of money.
that's
for
good.
The stuff.
We're up.
So that-
We're up. It came up.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So one of my all-time, I'm gonna make this clear, underline that, all-time favorite Tyranid artists is High Fleet Barghest. High Fleet Barghest brings the horror to the table. Tyranids are supposed to be horrific, they're supposed to be weird, they're supposed to be alien. High Fleet Barghest does all of these things regularly. He was in the chat here. I hope he's still around because this is his. It's an adaptation for Demon Herald. I thought it was a radiation adaptation. This is a Tyranid organism that's purely psychic, I believe.
Neverborn.
Neverborn. Oh man, it's so cool. And just like somewhere I have started
David Attenborough.
a baby
Tyranids.
I've started a baby lictor inspired by one of Barghest's designs, and I need to finish that bloody thing because it's so freaking cool. And I feel like Barghest does the spindly boys a lot. Like, makes a lot of very spindly, creepy looking Tyranids. Just go to their profile and just wander around. Makes like cool little bug Tyranids. Weird. There's a huge, beefy I think that was the radiation proof one. The one that has kind of like the skull face and the big ass flesh borer that he posted just after Nidvember wrapped. Yeah, and this one's just par for the course. Like, as soon as I saw this, like, I can identify the bits. Like, is that a Dark Eldar gun as the head?
No, I
identify the bits, but maybe
think
I can't.
I'm going to go back to it because I brought up the Flesh Borer one. I don't think so. It looks
See you
more
later,
like it's
Grimdang. Have a good walk. Sorry, so Grimdang's taking off.
to me that looks like it could be like the neurothroat spine bit that comes up the back.
Mm-hmm.
Already Barghest was here to be able to tell us what the bits were.
Well, Vargas was here, but then you didn't mention him in like 1, 2, 3 conversions, and he was like, "To hell with this, I'm out." And I was also like, "To hell with this, I'm out." Flynn, why is there no Barghest up in here? So I'm with them.
Are you a judge?
I am a judge, and I voted like hell for Barghest.
Where are the other judges?
I don't know. Okay,
There you go. There we go.
There he is.
He is here.
Oh, Lash Whip hilt. There you go.
Oh, I knew that was the hilt. I thought you meant as in that the neck piece, not that top bit.
Oh no, I meant the top bit.
I
I
was
meant the
thinking
head.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah, show me the beefy boys. Oh, show me those beefy boys. Hook it to my veins, Flynn. It's super slow, but I'm digging it. Bring them right up. Yeah, click it. Click it, Flynn.
Which one do you want about? I clicked that ages ago.
Come on, past Flynn. Click the damn post.
You get the other one. You're getting the other 3 days ago post.
That one's so good too. They're all so good. Load it up. Yeah, look at that boy with his big gun. More sick Bargay stuff. Hook it straight to my veins. Look at that. Barb Strangler barrel as a magazine. How perfect is that? I feel like, you know who'd love this? I feel like Bits of Box would love this, because he makes some weird Warriors stuff. Bargaze, congratulations. You took what I think is the crown for the Biomorphs theme, because you got experimental, which is really what Biomorphs is all about. And I feel like how I would describe a lot of your art is experimental. Oh, here's the beefy boy. Oh yeah, with his like ass, the flesh boar. That's the rad guy. Oh god.
Nick.
Yeah.
Based on that, I do feel, based on your view, I think Barkheist needs to have a lab coat.
Is he a mad scientist?
Exactly why.
Yeah, I'd be down. I also need to like somehow convince Bargase to let me buy something from him, because I don't have any of his miniatures, and that's a problem. Bargase, if you're open to doing a, what's the word? It's not ad hoc, post hoc. Post hoc, is that the word? After the fact commission? I would love to after the fact commission you to buy any of these.
What
if you're
green
willing to part
stuffing
with them.
does.
What?
Like you know, green stuffing builds the stuff because they want to and then sells it on afterwards.
Oh yeah, green stuffing does that a lot, but I've not seen Bargeist ever do that. So if Bargeist is open to it, I would love to give any of these a good home as soon as my country has a functioning system again. But let me know in Instagram DMs or on Discord if you'd be open to rehoming any of these cool dudes. Like I'm looking at this guy right now, the big beefy boy with his chainsaw arm and his big sweet flesh boar, and like he's stealing a piece of my heart right now. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Congratulations. Best experimental. Well deserved. For all of your work, not just the Spindly Boy, but Spindly Boy is excellent.
I thought you would have gone for one of the heads.
Oh, I already told him that I would love to make the rest of his Roberto Cirillo head that he made. There's those sketches that Roberto Cirillo did for us on Warp Shadow. And one of them was like a kind of like very armored, kind of Carnifexy head. And Bargase made one of those, and I already said, "Can I finish this? Can I build the rest of the body for this?" But he did say that he started on the body recently. So,
yeah, I've got those loaded up right now, waiting for YouTube to catch up. Well,
okay.
My internet to send it to you.
There we go.
Faster.
Oh, there it is. Yep, it came up now.
Yeah.
Okay. Flynn, are we almost done?
We are now moving over to Best in Show.
Best in Show. Gentle bugs and spiders. Oh, and by the way, Flynnhammer, they're called Sylvaneth Revenant Seekers. Look them up, buddy. That's where the head came.
That's what I want to make sure, but I will definitely look it up again. I couldn't see the bit, but I want to make sure I know what that bit is, because I looked at them, I was like, I do like those heads. I was like,
yeah, I really wanted to get those models to use for Tyranid purposes, but they were too buggy. They're not Tyranid enough. I was like, I don't know.
But now you've seen someone else do it. It's like, oh, that's how you do it. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Best in Show. So, if anyone has seen Crufts, the dog show, to be Best in Show, you have to win another category.
You do? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's how you win Best in Show. You have to win one of the categories.
Oh,
now
that's good.
When we first did it for this, we did it as someone had won the category, and following on, so we have gone
the reason
overall
we did that,
winner.
Hold on, the reason we did that, and the reason that I was reacting kind of negatively earlier when you had the same people win multiple, was that my goal is to celebrate as many artists as possible. Like if someone's awesome, they win a category. I don't know that we need to like make them super awesome by winning multiple categories when we could celebrate a different awesome artist who should also win something. So that's why I said, like, you know, someone shouldn't win 2 categories. Someone shouldn't win a category and Best in Show. That just to explain to you where
Oh, no. I understand. As I said, for the previous years, we have done that. Now, this isn't any slight on anyone, but obviously this year was a bit of we got things turned around in a very, very quick time, which I'm much more wanting to do every year. But obviously this year was there's different scheduling stuff that made us having to do that, which is the reason why. And basically, but I had to take a few days off after the end of the month, just like to go, okay, that's it done. I've got everything together, and then start everything, and then just being like, I don't want to be too pushy with getting everyone to vote.
Yeah, it's also
So
you were herding cats. Like, I don't know that Hydra even got his votes in. Did he?
Hydra did get his votes in.
Oh, he did. Good man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I know one of our members said that they got a lot of family stuff going on and they weren't able to get their votes. I understand.
And that's why I understand. That's why I don't want to be too pushy of
I
okay, what's going on.
you trying to herd us cats, Flynnhammer.
Yeah.
Like, I voted and then I didn't check in on the thread at all. And you were like talking about like, oh, how are we going to handle it if there's ties? And I did not give you any guidance on that. So thank you. And I'm sorry.
What I normally do for that is I don't vote. So I am the casting vote for any of these tiebreakers.
Good.
So that's why I don't typically vote in the stuff. So it's like I can go, to be honest, I'd never even thought of it that way. And then I look at them again later, like with the painting ones. I was like, I didn't even think of that post as being for that one. And I looked into it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I see why you guys have voted for that one. Now, so for this one, I said, normally it would be we try and do it where different people won, and then we have the overall winner. This year has been more of a best in show like craft. And the winner for this year, I just want to make sure, because the winner has been here in chat.
Uh-oh.
I want to make sure that the winner is still here. So the winner has won a category overall. They have won a theme category as well.
Oh, goodness.
So Dom Does Minis, are you still here?
Oh my goodness. Wait, click over. Did you click over?
Yeah, I clicked over.
Oh, it hasn't come through yet.
Trying to wait
Dom
to see
posted,
if
said
Dom
the poses...
Does Minis is still here, because I am actually going to do something even better. I am going back onto your page so we can go and have a look at your madness of this month, because your posts, like, I saw your first bit with the Hive Guard, that Tyrant Guard at the beginning of the month, and then seeing everything going forward was brilliant to see, because obviously I was seeing it getting tagged in the Warp Shadow page, but like, definitely was brilliant. Like, seeing everything for it during the month was great. Seeing the development work, because Nick, I don't think you actually have seen, because you mentioned about the whistling of the wings.
Yep.
So I've actually got how they actually whittled them all down, which is brilliant.
You've got what? You've got a...
They posted the bones.
Oh.
The bare bones of the conversion.
Oh, you're trying to pull it up and it's coming up real slow.
Yeah. This is the only bit about the end of this stream being like, my laptop going like, this is too hot in this room. I can't get any heat out of this laptop when I have it set up in the only way I can get heat going out of it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just need something I should get. Right.
Yeah, Dom, are you still here? Dom's here. There we go. So
Yay!
Dom, congratulations. You have officially won Best in Show, the best overall. Best overall for Nidvember 2024 with your awesome flying Tyrant Guard and Tyrant thing.
Yeah, I just, to be honest, when I was seeing it, I was like, oh yeah, I really like those wings. For me, I just really like the folds in the wings. But
Wait,
to be honest, I did...
Keep talking, I'll be right back.
I did have it as I let the other judges decide, and I was like, I got to the end, and I was there like, for me, it was a favorite overall, and it was just like the guys going. We got to the last bit of the judging. I was like, we need an overall, and it was like, oh, what can we do? I was like, for me, it's this, and everyone was also like, yes. So clear, obvious win, Dom, and it was brilliant. So Dom, I know I am far ahead of the stream, so I'm just going to ask you the questions. Hopefully, by the time you hear it, you can give some feedback to it. But what was the overall inspiration for doing the Hive Guard, Tyrant Guard, and the Hive Tyrant with the folded wings and everything else? Because it was brilliant, and I just loved the idea behind it. Now, for everybody else, while I'm waiting for Dom to see if he would like to give some feedback. Dom, if you don't want to give feedback, you can just say no. It was a brilliant way of doing it, because I'm going to show the other bits that you did during the month. Because the one bit I did like was this post here, where you showed the old spine plates from the old how to build bit of the Tyrannus, and showed the new spine plates on the plastic High Tyrant.
Hold on, Flynn. Hold on. Having tried to whittle down Tyrant arms to do this, I now see the post with the whittled down arm finger bones, and I think he deserves to win solely for doing that work, because god damn, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's like also like Dom really didn't. I don't think it was even like deliberate was how some of the posts were, but it really felt like you were leaning in with the second edition stuff, because there's a post with the spine plates of the old second edition Hive Tyrant, and then a bit of like the plastic bit of the spine plates, and I just felt that really worked well with the theme. Because I know I posted lots of stuff from like the old codexes, like the old Xenology book and all that stuff, but just someone else doing it as well just really encapsulates the idea behind the theme for the month.
So Dom has responded to my comment. Dom, what is the inspiration, man? Tell us your inspiration for doing the Tyrant Guard, and yeah, because let us know.
Nick, I know it's taking a bit of time for everything to load up for you to see it. So
Yeah.
actually, let me do something quickly. I am going to post in the YouTube chat the link to Dom's profile, because that will make things a lot easier for a lot of people to see, because it was just brilliant throughout the month. Because I know I've done a lot of liking on the Warp Shadow page, which I know is not a very common thing I do, because I was just making sure, because the whole bit for me this year was making sure people tagged the Warp Shadow page, because
okay,
there were so many things that I was lucky enough to be able just to stumble across, because
they tagged you.
They tagged us.
Good.
And also the
glad it worked out.
Site I was using before for June's the year and previous years no longer just shows it as like the old recent way of the hashtag. So I had to.
That'll probably be because Meta put the kibosh on it.
Oh, I don't even. Yeah,
That'll
I don't even know what the old.
Not the site making any changes. Meta's
it was just disappointing. So, but one thing I did do this year was I did start using the Nidvember 2024 hashtag. So I think every year we're going to do the June Stealer Nidvember, but also a second hashtag with the year as well.
Oh, smart.
To hopefully try and make sure we can grab everything, because otherwise.
My experience with hashtags in my professional job is the more hashtags you give people, the less likely they are to use them, but we could try.
It's just two hashtags, one with the thing, one with the year. It may help improve, but it's more to do with whatever the algorithms are with actually pushing hashtags when you search for it and what responds to it. And we can't control that, because as the owner of Instagram, don't care about hashtags anymore.
Don't give a fig. Yeah, Instagram hashtags don't really work. Facebook hashtags don't really work. You know where hashtags used to be amazing? Twitter. but now Twitter's a pile of garbage.
Speaking of,
oh wait. Oh, I meant to do this plug. Hey, if anyone is tired of Twitter's nonsense, get on over to Blue Sky, man. Me and Flynnhammer, we got some accounts over there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say about. So you read my mind.
There we go. Yes. So this is the where we're shamelessly plugging ourselves. If you liked, I don't know, I never loved hobby Twitter because I felt like it was a lot of people talking about making models, and rather than posting pictures of models. And despite meta being garbage, one of the things I like about Instagram is it's like put up or shut up stakes. Like you gotta, if you're making a model, show me a picture of the model. Like you're on a visual platform, post a picture of your model. But yeah, with meta being terrible, having a backup community is cool, and Blue Sky is growing.
And to be honest, I posted both our links because I know Simon hasn't got one yet.
We posted our links? Oh, good man. Look at you. I don't even have it open on this computer.
Yeah. That's how you know I'm the person who does all this shit.
You got
it's
it,
just
buddy.
like, for me, I'm just like, I like how it feels like, I know this is going to sound cliche, but it does feel like old Twitter where things work, where you want to find things,
like
you
it's
can find it, you search a hashtag. And I'm getting more annoyed where I'm just getting stupid shit on Twitter.
Listen,
I'm not going to call
Twitter
it the
right
letter.
now, like I have to be on Twitter for my job. Twitter right now is like my full-time job. Twitter right now is bots and right-wing nut jobs. That's all it is. And like that's what Musk has incentivized.
It's going to kill itself because people are just going to, because Musk is trying to sue a group of companies for not wanting to advertise on his platform. But you've made your platform in a place that people who don't want to advertise on it.
He's suing people for not wanting to advertise?
Yeah, because apparently...
How is that possible?
And allegedly, I'm going to make sure I'm using these specific phrasings, is there has been a coordinated campaign, which is apparently against American law. I don't know anything about American law, so I am putting my hands up here, but this could be I've read it the wrong way and I'm dyslexic. I'm most likely right. But in short, saying that they aren't able to actually like make a coordinated thing to stop advertising on a platform because it is anti-capitalist or whatever it is. I don't know the right words. But it's not anti-capitalist, it's something else, but anti-capitalist is a thing my brain can actually articulate right now.
Okay, well, anyway, yeah, Twitter's a terrible place. Yeah. It used to be cool, not anymore. Instagram,
guys, my B-Sky is mostly just me screaming into the void, just like my Twitter was before the Ponzi took over it. Yes, Ponzi is very litigious, but also very free speechy.
Anyway, it's like how Twitter used to be. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, and Dom does say, firstly, kind of because I just love Tyrant Guard. Okay, I'll go to the very first one. Thank you guys. Can confirm whittling down the bone wings was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Firstly, kind of because I just love the Tyrant Guard or Hive Guard. I think they have loads of possibilities. The idea started out because I had spare wings from the Prime.
As we all do.
Yep. I kind of thought other people would have them spare too, and I wanted to give the community some inspiration to find a new use for a really specific bit. The Tyrant was just because I don't know when to stop. Yeah. Dom, I know what you mean by you don't know when to stop when you've got a good idea going.
Cool. Awesome. All right. I think that about wraps it up, right? Was there anything else that you wanted to cover, Flynn?
The only thing is tune in next time for Xenos Review 2024.
Yeah. We're going to be doing that in 2 weeks. We're going to have another double stream week. If you don't tune in to the Work in Progress Wednesday stream, you really got to get that on your viewing schedule. It's usually on the off weeks. Like we'll do Creature Conference 1 week, and then we'll do Work in Progress Wednesday the following week. However, for the next one, there's going to be no stream next week. And the following week, there's going to be 2 streams, Work in Progress Wednesday on the Wednesday and Creature Conference on the Friday. That's my fault because I had to change schedule. And at the next Creature Conference, we're going to be discussing the Xenos Year in Review, something we try and do every year, which is go through the cool Xenos models that have been released in that year. Flynnhammer dutifully puts together a whole spreadsheet capturing all this stuff, even captures stuff that like I forgot, like where it's like this one Xenos model was in this box with other stuff. I'm like, oh, cool, good catch. So that's going to be in 2 weeks' time. And I think Flynnhammer has a quiz for us to go alongside that. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
There we go.
I really want to do that quiz because soon I will have to change the quiz. I have to make sure, because the longer we leave it for this quiz, the more I have to go and check every time of, is this still up to date? Is this still up to date? So the sooner we can do it, the better.
Yeah.
And chat,
so
you get
to
take part as well.
What?
Chat can take part as well.
Oh yeah, chat. You will also be involved in the whole quiz thing. So definitely tune in for that. And Anurin Postate has to take off. Says didn't get in, but goodbye everyone. Anurin, you had some really cool models. There's a lot of really cool models. At the end of the day,
Anurin,
what?
I want to say, Anurin, you came second in some of the theme categories, but we only I only shared the first place because otherwise it would have been way too long today.
Sure.
But you did come second for movement and shooting.
There you go. Hopefully you didn't leave yet. You heard that. Thank you, Diana, for reminding everyone to please make sure you like the stream, leave a comment on it, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I know all the fine people who are commenting right now are subscribed to the live stream because you have to be a subscriber to comment on the live stream. So if you're watching this after the fact, please leave a comment. Let us know what you enjoyed. Let us know maybe which of the miniatures you enjoyed the most, like which entry would have been your best overall. Yeah, tell us which one would have been your best overall for Nid saw here. And you can always participate the next time we have one of these community events. We're going to be doing June Stealer in June, and then Nidvember in next November. And I'm having a crazy idea about doing some kind of weird community thing of my own, possibly in February, possibly inspired by the very brilliant Mama Negan. Because Mama Negan came up with a cool idea a couple years back, and I don't know that it happened last year. So
I'll ask you after we close this.
Trying to bring that back. What?
I'll ask you after we finish the stream.
Sure. But yeah, so that might happen. But yeah, thank you to everyone who participated in Nidvember. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I saw so much cool crap showing up on my Instagram, like super inventive, interesting Tyranids. I love them all. Thank you so much. Oh, Jade Finch, good to see you. I saw you sent us greetings from Hawaii earlier, and I forgot to shout that out. Thank you, Jade Finch. Boyd, congratulations on your win. Radon, congratulations on your win. Kajan, congratulations on your win. And apparently we're going to have a thing around his birthday. Flynn, any final thoughts?
Thank you for everyone engaging with the theme this year, and I hope you really enjoyed it and had a great time with it.
Great. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.